Global Impact Conference 2021, I will talk about how we are working together hand in hand with the local community to fulfill their own energy, and also in the same time conserving the environment, creating sustainability in the economic development for rural people. This is very important because we want to make sure that every humankind globally have the facility of energy. In the same time, they live in a very decent area because they have the capability to conserve the environment, and in the same time they can have the welfare because utilizing local resources for their daily activities. The economic development that runs globally, unfortunately, creating so many damage to the environmental condition. There are many problems we are facing with the destruction of the rainforest. There are so many problems that we are facing to humankind, like floods, earthquake, and many more. Why this is happening? Because the way we develop the economic globally sometimes forgot that we have to secure and conserve the environmental. To create the balance is very important. That's why now every development approach needs to have the sustainability component. That is very important. I understand now that everybody globally talking about sustainability is very appealing to every humankind, because this is very important that human being can be survive as long as the environmental conditions are healthy and also become a very good place to live in. Electrical power supply in rural area of everywhere, it is best if we can promote what so-called a community-based development of electrical power supply. This is very important because local community utilizing their own local resources to create their own energy demand. And we understand that primary energy are available in many remote areas, which actually can be developed to be a renewable energy, and this is a very powerful tools to empower local community by utilizing their own local resources to have their own energy supply. This is what I call democratization of energy. Give space to the local community to also participate in fulfilling their own energy demand. And as a national context, this will help the government that the local community have the capability to fulfill their own energy and electricity. The approach of giving the energy to the rural community is by social preparation approach. What kind of social preparation that we can give to the local community? Meaning that we have to have a social engineering team to work together with local community. And we call this concept as a live-in concept. The team of social engineering should come and stay with local community so that the community have the trust. It's a very important to build what I call trust building. If the community trusts us, then we can together help in hand, hand in hand to fulfill the energy that needs by the local community. And working together is the best solution because both sides with a mutual benefit can understand each other and develop what I call a community-based development of electrical power supply. This is very important to be implemented to all rural area globally, because local community really understand that local resources available is very close and they have a very easy access to develop. What they need is only supporting them with financial support, with technology appropriateness. Sustainability can be achieved if only local community are participating in the development process. So it is very important to make sure that the appropriate technology given to the local community is the best technology. So the best technology, if we can bring as close as possible to the local community capability, we have the responsibility to train the local community to understand. So when everything happens, they know exactly how to repair, how to cope with the problems. So by doing a community-based development on providing electricity, inviting the participation of local community will be the most powerful solution and really impactful solution for us to be able to fulfill the needs of energy to the local community. Mini and micro hydro is the best solution as a base load, because they can operate for 24 hours and there is no disruption and there is no intermittent. Micro and mini hydro is also environmentally friendly because we don't have to build a dam and we are only using the runoff type river, so that we don't have to change the landscape, we don't have to change the environment, and we only diverted the water from the river, that we ensure that the flow we design will be run constantly the whole year. And we also can teach the local community to take care of the catchment area, because the catchment area is those who are actually guarantee the water flow that are needed in the design of having this micro and mini hydro. I do believe that mini and micro hydro is environmentally friendly, doesn't create any greenhouse gases, and it's easy to transfer this know-how to the local community, so they have the capability to manage, to operate, and to maintain. It is already approved by many examples that this mini and micro hydro also teach the local community to take care of the environment. And if this can be done, the mini and micro hydro can last for hundreds of years and 100 years. We can see all the very good example in the developed countries. In the developing countries, renewable energy should be the solution, because available locally and very close to those who need energy. We have abundance of sun, which can be developed with the photovoltaic. So the solar power is also an answer for those who need electricity. And every year we understand that the technology gradually improve and the cost can be lowering down. So this is a good answer and solution for those who need electricity. The second issue is actually mini and micro hydro. This is also the very powerful tools to build the community, because there are so many areas which actually can utilize the water that flow in the river, and in the same time the community will learn how to secure the catchment area, so that the water needed to generate the mini and micro hydro can be secure. The design debit can be easily taken by the water flow. And also wind turbine. We have the experiences in the area that doesn't have the source of hydro, there is no water. in the coastal area, we can put the wind turbine. The small scale is okay, because the local community has the capability to cope and understand the technology, because the very simple wind turbine, which only 4-meter height, it's easy for them to understand, and if they want to develop, their capability can be improved and increased. And this is a very simple one. And especially in Indonesia, we live in the ring of fire. So if we want to use the geothermal, we can use also micro geothermal. Doesn't need the superheated power, doesn't need the huge and large scale. We can only use the heat transfer that we can find everywhere, that is actually available in some parts of Indonesia. And this micro geothermal is only using the binary system and small scale, and also very close to where the community that need the energy or electricity. Biomass. Biomass are available abundantly, because we have many of the trees that we can utilize, like Jatropha curcas. We have also Kemiri sunan. We have so many varieties that we can utilize to be the biomass. And last but not least, for me, that is a very also impactful, if we can utilize properly, is actually algae. Algae is also the future energy if we want to utilize properly. After all renewable energy sources that I mentioned, I forgot one thing, actually biofuel. In many countries, if we can select the proper plant that can produce the biofuel, even the bioafter, we can gain from this plant. What we need now is actually synergy and collaboration by all the global citizens. That's why we have this Global Impact Conference. We would like to invite anyone who has the technology, anyone who has the resources, anyone who understands how important is sharing and give our heart to those who do not have any access of clean energy from renewable energy.